JB, I know it's a moot point with Devonte out tonight, but the metrics would suggest that you guys have played pretty well in a three-guard lineup. How much or little can you think you could play that going forward relative to the matchup issues?
You're putting Devonte in there? Is that what you mean? That three-guard lineup?
Well, I just meant that I know that it's not necessarily all that relevant to tonight. I know that you could do it with Monk too, but what I mean is just like in general.
Yeah.
I just wondered what your level of comfort is.
Yeah, I didn't know going into the season, Rick. I didn't know what to expect out of that lineup. I knew I wanted to play it. I didn't know what to expect, but I'm more and more comfortable with it. I think we're figuring out how to guard with that group. But I like what I see offensively. And I think that's the strength of it, is really our offensive power there as far as ball movement, the catch and shoots, the ability to play make. It allows me to do other things at the four as well with that lineup. So I'm much more comfortable right now, Rick, than before. How long do I stay here? I don't know yet. I don't have an answer there, but I'm comfortable. And, if we have to adjust defensively to compensate, we'll do that. But right now we're holding our own defensively, and the numbers say offensively we're really strong. So I'll keep rolling with this as long as I can.
With the level of intrigue offensively that offers, what sort of things can you do in terms of creativity to live with it at the other end?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing is Terry can guard his position at a high level. That helps us. Devonte's a very smart player. He understands his role on the defensive end. He may not be the biggest guy or most athletic guy, but Devonte knows his spots. He knows his rotations. I think where we can make up a lot of ground is Melo's development defensively. And, he does give us length and size at that position. That's the one thing with LaMelo out there. Even though he's growing defensively, he does give us defensive rebounding. He gives us size. He allows us to switch. And then, we're just going to have to protect the paint, let those three fly around, and make sure that we protect the three-point line with those three smalls flying around. But more than anything, Rick, if we're scoring at a high level, we're setting our defense. And I think I'm going to trust that if we can get good shots, not turn it over, score more than not with that lineup, it allows us to set our defense. And I'll trust that. If we're much more efficient offensively, I think it's only going to help our defense get set, even if we're a little smaller there.
Okay.
The last thing on that is it allows me to rest Gordon some, at times when I don't feel like when Gordon goes out of the game, I'm losing as much offensively when he goes out, playing those three guards together. So that's a plus for us as well.
Is that the hardest thing about when you take out Gordon, is not having the bottom line offensively?
Yeah, I think he has the ability to get the shots on his own and in the half court. Gordon does it in the full court and transition as well. He's a very good transition player as well. But in the half court, at times we get stagnant, and Gordon's been able to help in that area. But with these three on the floor, I feel like we stay aggressive offensively, whether we're in the half court or in the full court. And a lot of it, Rick, with those three guards, they're playing more transition, more flow, make or miss. They're playing more open floor than half court.
Thank you.
Yep.
Let's go to Jacob and then Rod.
Hey, Coach. Excuse me, Jacob with USA Today. Over the weekend, especially that Jazz game, LaMelo, I thought, did a lot of damage with that little floater that he has. Especially against Utah's drop coverage. I know it's not something new to his game, but what do you just think of that shot that he has, his kind of ability to use it? And have you guys talked to him at all about it or anything like that?
I have. I saw it at his first workout that I ever saw him in LA. I didn't, he shot it with ease. It looked like he could, make it pretty comfortably. So watching this film, he's been shooting that little floater for a while. If you've been watching our games early on, it was not dropping for him. He and I had a conversation, and he believes in it, and I stuck with it, and he continues to, improve on it, and he started to make it now. So that in-between shot is important, especially in our league today when there's big guys at the rim, they force you to the rim. That's a tough finish, no matter how big you are. So it's an important shot for him as he develops, and he looks more and more comfortable with it, every single game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go to Danny and wrap up with Richard.
Coach Danny Thompson with the 3-point conversion. You was mentioning the growth about the defense. From this point now to going all the way back when you first met LaMelo, how much has he grown defensively in your eyes so far?
He's got a ways to go, but he is making ground up every single game. I see growth. And a lot of it's the off-the-ball stuff. He's locked in on the ball. He's got length. He competes. He gets through screens. There's a pride about him defensively on the ball. He understands that. He takes that challenge on. His growth's going to come off the ball, and that's the number one thing right now is just his rotations when he's off the ball. It's pick and roll coverage, it's weak side coverage, it's V-backs, it's contesting, all the little things that really add up to being a very good defense that we need. Those are areas of growth for him. But I'm seeing it every single, every game. There's another step forward, and there's times when he goes back to some old habits. But to me, more than anything, he's aware of it. There's a pride about that, and he's growing in those areas.
And a quick follow-up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick follow-up. With John Wall and Eric Gordon both being out tonight, it seems like Houston might not have a primary ball handler. Does that make you want to use Terry to pressure the ball more and have LaMelo and the rest of the guys take more of an attack mode without Wall and Gordon?
You're saying defensively?
Correct.
Yeah, I think we need to be, overall, we got to be aggressive tonight, no matter what, whether those guys are in or not. This is a very good team. I mean, they're a very aggressive team, especially on the defensive end. They're going to, they're not walking in here feeling sorry for themselves. You're going to see a very aggressive Houston team. So for us to match it, to answer your question, we got to be as aggressive, if not more. And it does start on the ball. And Terry sets the tone for us. So we need Terry to get us off to a good start with his ball pressure. Everybody else lock in and do what we do defensively. And more than anything tonight, it starts on the defensive end.